Hey, Donovan Hilton here, wishing you a great morning. Have my business associate friend with me, Van Peets. I'm sure if you follow my Facebook timeline, there's some other videos of Van and I in action, taking care of business, mostly dealing with things that are providing solutions for affordable housing, especially here in the Metro Nashville area. So I'll send a link. I'll put a link onto the company our firm is contracted with to introduce affordable housing to the Southeast region of the United States. But more importantly, as taking care of business, we're here taking care of business, but more on a health and wellness tip. And the health and wellness tip is not only physical, we're walking, jogging, running, and doing push-ups at a certain pace for a certain length. And we're here in beautiful Bordeaux. And health and wellness also includes what the eye can see. And a lot of times when you live in an urban area or you're taking care of your business and working, which is really a masculine energy, it's also good to find balance, with all due respect, and make sure that you're also working on the opposite side. And sometimes that needs to be visual. And so what I mean by that is when you're working, it's more of a corporate competitive thing. But when you're exercising, you're looking out for yourself, for your well-being, which is cooperation. Some may call that more of a feminine energy. And the point is with all that, sometimes your environment, with just being peaceful, you got the creek over there, I don't know if you can see it, birds, insects, all that, is just as healthy for the mind to be able to go back into the corporate world to do what needs to be done, especially as Van and I are skilled business developers, helping to increase, one, the customer base of our clients, and two, the community presence of our clients, both in the public and private sector here. And we help them increase their customer base and their community presence, particularly in diverse communities and diverse markets. So we'll have a link to the website and everything. But hey, real quick, keep in mind, especially in the Southeast region, people say, oh, Nashville and Middle Tennessee. But if you look at trends, you'll see that the Southeast region at the minimum is going through the same transformation, with all due respect, as Nashville. So there's a larger picture. So if you're going to make the change, you want to do it at grassroots, but you got to make sure you connect to the decision makers first and then work your way in. And so more importantly, as things are changing, keep in mind this. I know we are going through the transitions, and times as far as cost of living are becoming more challenging. Keep this in mind. Easier said than done, though. There's a disclaimer. You first have to conceive in your mind the life that you want to live. And you know what that life is. And in order for you to know what that life is, you got to first know what your values are. And your values are what's going to help determine your behavior habits, your behavior and your habits and your behavior and your decisions based upon your values, which is based upon where you want to go. So if you know where you're going and you create values that create that foundational structure, then your day-to-day habits and decisions will reflect where you're going. So my point is, as you are conceiving in your mind where you are reflecting where you're going, you have to then believe. And not just believe in your heart, but believe with your feet and your actions and what you're actually doing to drive where you are going. And so my point is this. Some things you want to keep in mind when it comes to living your best life is, I hear a lot of the cost of living is too high. You're right. And to be able to put yourself into different positions can be more challenging and more time consuming. But if you can conceive, hey, the cost is living too high, what I'm currently doing may not be enough to support my lifestyle. So let me find out what industries are in this area that are moving in and what positions their salaries are, and what I need to do to become more educated and skilled to put myself in a position to receive a position like that. So if you're working and you're making X amount of dollars an hour, but you see that with a little extra time, you can make 6 figures or a high 5 figures, compared to waiting for the system to change for you, would it be just as advantageous for you, as best you can within your time, to change your system to be able to complement or manipulate the overall system? And I'm not saying that that's the case. I'm not saying, oh, Donovan, some of the biggest challenges out here is transportation. Some of the biggest challenges out here is childcare. some of the biggest challenges out here is low wage for me to even get on the bus to go to the nonprofit organization to get the workforce development training to be able to graduate to look for a job. I got that, and I don't have any answers for that. But the first thing you have to do is conceive in your mind that you want more, because what you're receiving, according to you and your attitude, is less. So you gotta first come up in your mind that you want more. Do research on what's paying out here. There's jobs out here paying 6 figures, easy, coming in. So if you're not in that position and you wanna work for someone, which is okay, there's nothing wrong with that, find out how to become skilled and find out how to become valuable in the eyes of the employer. Because if you're not bringing value to the company, which is basically knowing the policies and procedures and the functional steps to provide to actually perform the job, then you're not bringing no value. So get your skills up, get your values up, and that comes with first educating yourself personally, and then also educating yourself in your career, and try to change your system and not necessarily change the system we live in. I'm not saying to give up on the system and don't worry about the system we live in. Always fight, advocate, and do that. But you may get faster results if you change your system and your skill sets and your behavior patterns to where it reflects what you want to earn compared to waiting on the system to do it. Food for thought. Let me know what you think. Van probably could totally disagree with my thoughts. He's probably in the background saying, nope, you're wrong. But that's the point. Let's have an open dialogue about this conversation. And when we have an open dialogue, be okay with, hopefully, the professional feedback that comes back so that we can be able to have a conversation back and forth and build relations. There's no right or wrong answer. All there are perspectives. So let's talk about it. Leave a comment below. But ultimately, increase your skill sets, increase the value in the eyes of others in order to earn the income that you want to receive. And that may require you getting some type of certification or training, but go after 6 figures compared to asking for the wage increase. My thoughts, let me know what you think. Click the links. If you feel like this information was valuable and to you in any way, I thank you in advance for your monetary donation by clicking the link below. Thank you, Van. My friend Van looked out for me, make sure I didn't step in no poop. So thank you, sir. That's what it's about. Business is also personal. So you want to make sure that you're doing business with people that have the same values. Nobody's perfect, but have the same values and directions as you. If not, with all due respect to those people, they're going to slow you down because you guys are on 2 different wave frequencies. So Van looked out for me, taking care of business, dropping knowledge, and that's what it's about. So at any rate, click on the app or the link below. Thank you for your monetary donation for what you felt this message was worth. We're self-employed, self-sustaining company, building, and everything counts. Check out our website. Shout out to MDHA. They're going through some transitions now with affordable housing. If you don't know, the mayor announced $75 million possibly in both public-private funding for affordable housing development. It's a big thing as the economics continue to transform here in Nashville. So this here is an Envision shirt. This is Envision Choice. I think it's Choice Envision Napier Sudicum shirt on here. Shout out to Janet King, who's the Director of Community Engagement there. And hope all things work for good. Talk to you. Peace.